I want to show you how I've been doing this mat exercise with Dempsey. I always have him sit first, and with my right hand, I'm leaning over. He's on my left. With my right hand, I'm patting his chest, and I'm going to say, go to your mat. Walk over with him, say down. Even though he's going to go there automatically, say down. If he hangs his feet off the mat, you just kind of, I'm barely touching his feet so that he backs up, because you want his whole body on the mat. And then you can start giving him rewards, and you want to reward like this, overhand like that, straight down, because so he can't take it out of your hand if he tries to. He's really supposed to wait until you leave the reward on the mat, and then withdraw, and he takes it off the mat, not out of your hand. So he's not touching my hand. So you want to start off this exercise just by stepping back, and stepping forward, standing over him like this, straight down. And he waits. See, I'm actually holding my hand there. Good. He waits. I withdraw. He takes it off the mat. Then he can start walking around, doing something a little bit more difficult for him to handle. Walking around both ways like this. And anything he learns on this mat, he'll do out in public. So this is the kind of downstay he'll have out on the street. If you tell him down and you want a downstay out of him, he'll allow you to walk around behind him. A lot of dogs don't do that, so he's got a really solid downstay. And you see I sort of backed him up just a little bit. All I had to do was barely touch his foot with the tip of my shoe. Good. Always come back no matter where you go or what noises or distractions you create. Always come excuse me, always come back in front of him, reward the same way. Dogs thrive on knowing exactly how it's going to go. No matter where you go or what happens, they know you're always going to come back in the same way. And that's what makes it so solid overall. So, because he always knows what to expect in the end. In the beginning and the end, he knows what to expect. So now we've done all the simple stuff. I'm going to go into the back of the house. If ever you're going to do something that you think is difficult for him to handle, it's okay to remind him what you want him to keep doing. So I'm going to say, down as I go back there. I'm going, actually closing this door, knocking on it. It's a hallway door. Coming back. Oh, he's still there. Good. If he had gotten up, I'd come out. I'd say no. I'd take the leash. I'd step into him. He would be right here. I'd walk him around. I'd position him on the mat again, and I'd step on the leash. Although he would go back on the mat and plop down, because the only reason if he popped up, it would mean he lost focus, made a mistake. We practiced this so much, he'd know exactly to go back there. You'd go and do it again, and he'd be successful a second time, because he knows this game really well. So we practiced a lot of leaving the house with him in the house, knocking on the door, ring the doorbell, down. I'm knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell. He's still there. He gets a reward. Good. Notice how calmly I'm doing this exercise, how I deliver the food. I'm not tossing the food. I'm not walking really fast. I don't have jerky movements. He'll only be as calm as you are when you're doing this exercise, so try to relax and be calm. He's an extremely nervous and jumpy dog, as you know, and you were told when he was younger, when you adopted him, something having to do with his testicles not dropping or something, that people told you that he would always be extremely hyper. Well, he's calmer now than he was before, and if you keep doing this, you'll continue to make him calmer. These exercises, the way we're handling him, they affect his mind, and over the weeks and months to come, you'll see him, you continue doing these things, you'll see him getting calmer and calmer and calmer. So I'm going to go outside and do some things that are even more difficult for him to handle. Down. Banging on the windows. I'm going to flip this mail slide. I'll throw in a little knocking of the door. More doorbells. He's very good at those distractions now. He knows no matter what happens, he stays here. No matter what the distraction is, he stays in his downstay. I come back. Good. Good things happen when I come back. He knows that if he got up, I came back and he was up, I would just put him back anyway. I would gently but firmly put him back. No corrections, no anger, no drama, but no reward. Go back and do it again. So that's why most of the time when you try something, he's going to be there when you come back, because he knows how this game goes. He knows he stays there and you come back, he gets a reward, and everything's good. He knows that if he pops up, you're going to be here all day, because if he popped out 3, 4 times in a row, whatever it is, you keep putting him back. If you're ever doing something that he keeps making a mistake on, maybe you're walking far away from him, maybe you're going to a certain part of the house or up stairways or something, and he has a problem with that, then you don't want to keep doing it forever if he's making multiple mistakes. So try, back off, and just do a little bit of it. Come back, reward. Go a little bit farther, come back, reward. Go a little bit farther, come back, reward, until you've worked up to doing the whole process of whatever made him make his mistakes in the first place. And that's the way to get over a tough spot. But don't just keep doing the same thing and him making 10 mistakes, because it's obvious after 3 or 4 times. He can't handle it. It's too much too soon. So back off. Do a little, reward, a little bit more, reward. That's the way to get him over any kind of bumps in the road that you might have with this exercise. When you're going to take him off the exercise or off the mat, pick up the leash, come back, stand next to him just like you would out in public. He's always waiting. No. See how he got anticipatory there? He moved off the mat. Most of the time you just walk into him like this and he backs up. So you go back, if he makes a mistake, go back to the step before he made the mistake. So I drop the leash again, now I'm going to pick it up again. In public, he's waiting for you to come back and allow him to leave this. Don't ever call him out of a down stay or sit stay, because that makes a dog like this even more anticipatory, and that's your enemy, right? So he knows this is only going to happen one way. The only way he leaves this down stay is when you come back, you stand next to him like this, you pat your leg and say, okay. And then in this case, we're going to take him back outside. So sit, I'm going to have him sit. Wait at the boundary, step out, step back. Okay. Make sure that he doesn't pull you. That means you have to walk slowly through these boundaries so that he gets used to walking slowly with you. And we're gonna take him for a walk, so I'm gonna come back here. I'm always doing left turns. See, even in the house and outside the doorway, always doing left turns. I'm gonna close this door and we're gonna go out in public now.